So your hot water tank is running out of water extremely fast. Those 30-minute golden showers, well, I shouldn't say golden shower. Those really nice showers that you've been taking have been reduced down to like 5 minutes. Your problem is your dip tube. Now your dip tube is just the cold water tube that goes inside the tank all the way down to the bottom and pushes up the hot water to the rest of your system. So what happens over time, at least in my experience, is the dip tube corrodes, it dissolves, breaks off, whatever. So it might be up here now. So you're basically pushing down cold water into the hot water that's all in here, but it's just going right back up and you're losing out on all that hot water that's stored up in here. You're just getting the cold water after a few minutes. So I'm going to show you every step in the process to replace that dip tube and get your hot water back. So at least for my tank, this is the steps that you need to follow, which are actually written on the tank itself down below on one of the labels. And what you need to do is pull the plug, which kills the electric for the fan, as well as down below, which controls the gas. And then we need to turn this gas pipe to the off position. So if it's pointing perpendicular to the pipe, we know that's off. Obviously it was just on and working up till this point, so we definitely know that's off. So electric, gas, cut off. This tank is doing nothing. After that, the next step is kind of optional, and what we're gonna do is get a majority of the hot water out of this. I'm gonna go take a shower to do that, and then this will be a lot colder, so we're not dealing with hot water when we go to drain it.
Chocolate rain, some get wet and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain, don't know the words, I just make them up. Chocolate rain.
So once your lovely hot shower is complete, you can go ahead and shut off the cold supply. That's this one right here. It was covered by insulation, but I've removed it. So we're gonna shut this off just by turning it clockwise in. If you have a ball valve, you'll turn it again to be perpendicular to the pipe. So that's shut off. Now I'm gonna go to the laundry tub on the other side of the wall here, and I'm gonna turn on the hot water. Next, we're going to get some water out of the tank. It doesn't have to be all of it, as we're working out of only just the top of the tank here, so we don't need to totally drain it. We'll just take this cap off here, put our bucket underneath for now, including this pipe, and I'll unscrew this cap. There's a little bit of water coming out, but we can also hit this guy up here, this pressure relief valve. So once you feel like that's enough water, you can go ahead and turn this off. We can reset this and go dump our water down the sink. So now we're back up top, and we need to get this section of pipe removed, which is attached to the dip tube. And my plumber, or the guy that did this before, had installed this shark bite here, which is really convenient because you don't want to be sweating this pipe at all, which means heating it up and attaching the solder, because you will melt the plastic dip tube that's down in there. So that's no bueno. So you need to make this whole assembly and attach it somehow up here. So we're just going to use this little shark bite remover tool, and we'll push up on this side. We'll see if I have to remove this side too, and try to push this whole thing out of the way. Okay, it's off. And maybe get a towel. Okay, we've wiped up our mess here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get off this piece first. Oh, that's gross. Next, you're gonna need a pipe wrench, and we're gonna have to loosen this whole assembly. Make sure the tank doesn't spin on you. That would be not great. And we're just gonna turn it that way to loosen it. Hopefully you guys got a little more space to work than I do. As you can tell by the non-stop dripping water that my shutoff above me, the cold water shutoff, does not totally work. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Let's see how she looks. So there's our problem. This sucker has completely cracked in two. Wow. That's why we're getting no heat. Well, not no heat, but very short amount of heat. It's just rushing right out here and coming right up the top. This tube doesn't even look long enough to me, so we're gonna put a little bit of a longer tube in here also. That's wild, completely cracked. So this is the new pipe, which is a little bit longer and a lot bluer. I'll get this stupid sticker fully removed off camera. Next, we're gonna go ahead and measure how far we want this to go down. So probably about there. So I'll just use this little cutter tool and snip her down. Hey, you know what? That doesn't work. I'm not used to PEX. Sorry. Let me go get my PEX cutter. Okay, so I got all the sticky stuff removed. The next step is to coat this in Teflon tape. And just make sure you're wrapping this around the right way so when you go to screw it in, it doesn't unthread itself. Okay, so I figured out how to put Teflon tape in the right direction. Now, unfortunately, I go to install this in the hole and it won't go. Upon further inspection, the old tube has a smaller diameter, which is a bit of an issue. That is until you notice back here a lovely rust spot. Now this gets me thinking, well, how's there rust? Everything's copper. What's dripping from up top? Until I come around to the back. And what we have here is, I don't know if you can see this, this is quite a bulge. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So like everything in my life, nothing simple. So anyways, we'll leave it at that, guys. And this would have fixed it because you can see this fill pipe had completely split. One's totally garbage. But that's how you fix it. You put everything back together and it works. Me, unfortunately, I'm going out to buy a new hot water tank. So yeah, see you on the next one.